Cage, I want you to just let your rocks out, bro. Okay, yep, get him. Oh, look at this. We got a massive battle over here. 2 rocks fighting like 4 melee people. What? Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is RimWorld. We are back today at the medieval and magic playthrough, and as you can see, we join Indo here, the head of the colony, the father of the 4 boys, and well, I guess we should say the adopted child as well, Kaz, but he is in bad shape. So right at the end of the last episode, he did experience a catatonic breakdown. The final straw was the fact that he's sleeping in this crappy barracks. So, I mean, there was probably a lot of factors that played into it, though. So, I think for starters today, what we need to do is go through each one of our pawns who is still not catatonic, take a look at their needs just to see if there's anything quick and easy we can deal with. That, or long term also, that we need to adjust and fix that'll help prevent more of these drastic mental breaks. So let's see, we do have sad youngsters. That's unfortunate. Yeah, but overall, like I said, if we can get some of these people's moods boosted, then maybe Kaz will also become happy. So let's see, disturbed sleep. Yeah, I can see slept in the heat. That's hard to prevent right now. Huh. Let's see, maybe I can adjust the temperature. I've currently got 2 campfires going, so we could probably get rid of 1 possibly. Uncovered groin, we are working on that. Our research is currently aiming towards clothing so we can make some pants. Hungry, well, that's just because he's asleep. Probably as soon as he wakes up, that'll go away. And the awful barracks. So another indicator that we really need to get some individual rooms going. Let's take a look. About the same here. Little less stuff to worry about. Numbingly cold, that's interesting, considering he's also got a mood debuff for sleeping in the heat. Of course, 2 things like that can coexist. I imagine this numbingly cold will probably drop off soon, but let's see here. Uncovered groin, yep, about the same stuff. And of course, Kaz is a different ideology than us, so in terms of the ideology, anything we want to do, whether it's another ritual or attempt to convert him again, we got to wait till Indo gets back up on his feet. So, not to worry though, guys. Other than that, I think the colony is well defended with our set of walls and stuff. So, all I can say is bring it on, Randy. Well, take a look at this. It seems as though we've got 4 rocks now who are trained and ready for combat, so that's pretty exciting. As I said, Randy, we can take him no matter what he throws at us. We're just going to send our rocks out probably to meet him. Well, we'll see how they do. I'm very interested in what kind of a fighting force these animals shape up into, but also one thing I should note about the rocks is I gave a little shout out, a call for anybody who wants to name one of our rocks. We've got 4 of them now and 2 more who are pregnant, so on the way, hopefully, if everything goes okay and we're able to keep them fed through the winter. But so one person did suggest a name, and we're going to go ahead and we'll just go to the first. We'll do the elder male here. He's 109. Let's go for, we'll give this guy a name. All right, there we go. How about Floofball? That sounds good to me. And of course, the naming of animals is done under the training tab. Then you get the little icon up at the top you can click on. But there we go. We now have a Floofball. And he should appear up at the top of the list now. So like I said, we got a couple of females, a young juvenile male, and 2 more on the way. So drop me a comment if you'd like to have one of our rocks. Just don't get too attached to them, because like I said, they are here mainly for fighting. Oh, look, we got some of their wool on the ground. Let's get that picked up right away. Oh no, well, I was just checking in on our newest patient here. This is the individual that Indo went out and saved right before he became catatonic. She's here in our little hospital, and unfortunately I was interrupted by another mental break. Cage has gone on a sad wandering trip. Cause awful barracks. Well, that was the last straw. Again, there's probably several factors that are playing into it, but not the least of which is he's got no pants on, poor guy.
You wearing any pants?
No.
Okay.
But Sad Wander is not the worst, no doubt about it. So I am currently digging into the mountain now. That's one of the issues with building a mountain base, especially early before we have a mining specialist, is it just takes a little bit of time. But you can see I'm going to kind of dig out the hallway first. And, just in the interest of speeding things up, I'm going to cancel out this level right here. Eventually, I like all my hallways to be 3 wide, and I will dig that out. But for now, we don't really need it, because if the goal is to get this bottom layer of rooms mined into, then obviously, yeah, we could just focus on those two. So little tips like that are just little things you can do to speed up, and another thing too, once we get this hallway far enough, I might have them pause and clear out a full room, move somebody into it. Also, these rooms are rather large. I did set them up a little bigger than they probably need to be. So another thing I can do is just set it to be probably about half mined out, like that. And put the bed in there, get the door, everything that needs to be to set up the heat. And then later down the road, we can mine the rest of that out, give them a big boost in their room opulence or the wealth of the room just by the size alone. So little things like that, like I say, are going to be mandatory, especially going under the mountains. So let's stay focused, and hopefully Cage snaps out of it soon, because he is our #1 miner. Well, it was bound to happen. Of course, little Cass has just had a mental break too. He's got to follow Cage and, his adopted father, Indo, as well. He is going on an insulting spree. The final straw for him was his genetic pessimism, but he's got a lot of upsetting things going on in his little life. But the fact that he's unhappy too, remember, is bringing down the whole colony. So these kids can be a huge benefit, but they can be a bit of a drag too on everybody else's mood. Okay, well, finally we've got tailoring finished, and I think that's what we need to move on and build our tailor's bench. Hopefully get some pants for these pawns. But the next step is going to be smithing, I think. I also want to get archery at some point, but smithing caught my eye, and looking at the list of stuff over here, it looks like there's some pretty important buildings we're going to open up if we research this, like the smelter, the furnace, the anvil, and of course we can start to make some weapons too of our own. So that's going to be pretty exciting. But like I said, let's see if we can place this tailoring bench now. Please tell me it's here. There it is. Oh, the glorious tailoring bench, and all it takes is wood. Wonderful. So we can place it. Yep. And I can make it out of bone too. I've actually been making some of the doors out of bone just because, hey, they're not here for like protection or anything necessarily, just to divide the rooms. But anyway, so we're going to get this built, and of course our #1 crafting person is Indo, but he's been catatonic for a couple of days now, so I'm hoping he snaps out of it fairly soon, starts making some britches. Well, it is a glorious day here at the colony. Indo has woken up, and he is beginning crafting of some pants for everybody. I've got 5 sets being made, plus some more winter coats, some shirts, some kids' clothes too. We got a whole bunch of cool ones too now, thanks to the medieval overhaul mod. Look, there's our first pair of handmade rawhide pants. Well, the material's not the best, but we're working on that. Now, another thing I did notice too, it caught my eye, was that Kaz was over there kind of looking, studying, watching, learning essentially, which kind of reminded me too that I probably should hold off on smithing research and go back to complex furniture, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, that opens up the blackboard, which is what we really need to get set up for our kid there, so he can hopefully start to learn a little bit before his next growth moment, which yeah, it's rapidly approaching. Boy, he joined us at 9 years old, and he's already up to 12 years and 6 days. That's crazy. But seems like he's having, is that right? That doesn't even seem like it's been that long, but there it is. The numbers don't lie. He is 12 and 9 or 6 days. Whew, boy. Okay, yeah, well, like I said, there you go. So we are going to switch our research over to the complex, but I'm just glad to see Indo back up and running around. Oh no, bad news. Ant was out there hunting for too long, and he's got some frostbite now. Ah, that was my mistake. Look at that. It's hitting him as he's going in. Shoot. Well, we're getting the clothing on going right now, so there's not much else to do about it. We'll get him healed up, no worries. And Elo is officially leaving. She's been healed up. She was the one who caused all the problems with Indo. Made him have a catatonic breakdown there. But look how dutiful Ant is. He's carrying that thing all through the entire colony, bringing it back. Okay, so it looks like his toe and his thumb. Boy, oh boy. I hope he doesn't lose them. I'm not 100% sure if these are recoverable, but obviously we're going to give it our best effort. Good morning, little ant. Looks like he got over his hypothermia. The frostbite was well tended by his father, so he's okay. He's all better now. And we've got ourselves a Manhunter pack. So we did get our second event here. And it's not a raid, but it technically is an event. So we've got another animal assault headed at us. Let's check them out and see what it is. Oh, it's a bunch of huskies. Oh, that's sad. Well, you know, that's just what Randy does. He pulls at your heartstrings by sending adorable little dogs at you as man-hunting monsters. But, all right, let's get everybody set up at the walls and take care of this. All right, well, we've got a couple of our shooters over here, Barra and Kaz. I want to give Kaz as much practice as possible while he's still young. And, of course, Barra is our sniper, too. So, ooh, he's actually a master sniper. He's gone up a couple of points. We can probably lay these in. Oh, he's got one. Okay. Let's see, maybe I should wait. I think I'm going to save that 1 point for sniper training. Or I'll probably just keep saving them until we actually get a real raid, you know, something real scary. But this one's not too bad, obviously. The embracers do make these animal assaults pretty much, you know, ineffective. But hey, the downside is they still do hit some of our traps. So even if this was like we had a trap funnel or something set up, we'd probably still have to waste a bit of wood, but nonetheless, got ourselves a little practice here behind the bow. Yep, he got himself up to shooting level 3. Good job. Looks like there was a little bit of meat to be had too, so that's excellent. We could save this dog. Let's see, 4 hours. Now we'll just finish him off. We've got the rock, so that's actually keeping Cage pretty busy. I don't want to split his time up too much between mining, constructing, and animal training. Well, we've had some expansion here, as you can see. I discovered that I was going to need a lot more room to get the blacksmithing up and running, so we expanded a bit down here. I didn't really intend for this to be the spot where we would have the heart of the colony. I wanted to get things set up under the mountain, but it just takes time. You know, I think that the rooms are going to be the priority, but you can see that Indo now has his room deep here under the mountain. Well, it's not really that deep, but at least it's here. The temperature's pretty stable. I'm thinking I'm going to move the fire out into the hall, and then we'll just build 2 or 3 of those and see if we can leave the doors open and get like a little central heating going here. But it should be not that difficult to stabilize since it is under the mountain and stuff, kind of in a cave with the doors sealed off. But looking pretty good. Indo is comfortable. I think his needs have improved, but I'm also checking. Yeah, hey, looks like it's time. I was going to say I've been checking this occasionally, make sure that we can do these as often as possible. So let's go ahead and get a ritual going. Alright, just a few more seconds. Hey, check that out. Oh, and we got some visitors showed up. Nice, as a reward. Okay, I would have preferred if a wanderer had joined in, but this is excellent actually. So let's check out our ideology. Well, actually first let's check on Cav here. And Indo, hey, look at that. His spell is ready. He's getting low too, so let's try and convert him real quick. While he's making his way over, we can take a look at how many points we got. 4 of 10, so obviously we need 6 more. Not necessarily 6 more rituals, because sometimes you do get multiple points per ritual, but we'll go and check out our visitors as well here in a second. Oh, okay, brought him from 25 to 13. Not too bad. Hey, well, take a look at that. Our visitors left us a gift here. Sacrificial flag and a Christmas tree, both of which will allow us to do a couple more different rituals. So hopefully we can progress that ideology. That was very thoughtful of those visitors. And it is springtime once again. We have reached the 2nd of April, May. The hard, long winter is over. Thank goodness, too. None too soon. We have 73 pemmican left, so we just got through that one with enough food. But luckily, you can see we're drying up some meat here while we wait for our crops to grow. But I might go ahead and head out there, maybe harvest some of the season's first berries, too. Yeah, looks like they're ready to go. That way we can get our pemmican operation up and running. And as you can see, the hunters are bringing in some fresh meat for the cooks, so we're going to be just fine. Now, I should touch on too the fact someone recommended I install the tilled soil mod so that I don't have to rely on just this small patch of fertile soil. I do think that's a good idea. Typically, I tend to try and avoid installing mods mid playthrough once I get a series up and running, but I can make an exception for that one. Since we're going almost fully underground, you know, it's going to be helpful to have this entire area, you know, available for some fertile soil instead of just a couple small patches. And that way it doesn't force us to come out here where there is actually plenty of fertile soil, but you know, we would have to either breach the mountain in this direction, have an entrance over here, which I don't love the idea of, or we just have to come through the walls, which again isn't the safest way. So like I said, we'll probably be looking for that mod here in the next episode or two. Finally, it has happened, folks. We've got our very first raid, a group of tribespeople, and they will prepare for a while, then attack. Threat point 680, that's not too bad. Let's jump to their location. Oh, there's quite a few of them. I think there's just the one group, though. And what do we got here? What is this? Hate. Amber Enchanted Grimoire. A rare and powerful arcane tome, crafted from ancient amber resin and imbued with powerful magic. What? We've got to try and capture that. Who has that? Oh, I've got to locate the wielder of hate. There she is. Oh my, and you can just see it right there in her hand. Well, she's definitely prime target number one. Let's see, veteran. Okay, so she's actually got a martial ability? Interesting, is that right? I think so, It's got melee hit chance and dodge chance improved, but she's nervous, misandrous. Well, interesting. Let's take a look at some of the other pawns too. Potential mothers for the future of our colony, hopefully. Actually, it seems like there's quite a few females in this one. Is this an all-female raid? No, there's a couple of guys here too. Okay. But yeah, good selection. Careful shooter bloodlust. That's a middle-aged male though. Not to be too creepy.
You are creepy as shit.
But hey, we've got a tribe full of men here, and like I said, we are going to be relying pretty heavily on our own offspring just to populate the colony. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. They are preparing for a while, so I'm going to make sure everybody is zoned to our safe zone, just so we don't have any accidents or mishaps. Nobody might come out here and do some hunting or some scavenging and run into the raid. But of course, as soon as they're ready for a fight, I'll bring you guys right back for the action. Okay, here they come. We just got the notification, and they're on the move. Now, one thing to note, too, is just how many ranged people they've got. We've definitely got quite a few bowmen. Yeah, I see 4 or 5 at least right off the bat, so those are going to be a big threat as well. Probably just as much as the Grimoire, but all right, let's get everybody carefully on the lines, and I think Cage and his rocks might come into play in this fight as well. But I'm going to put them behind the barriers here. Cage, let's make sure the animals are all assigned, at least the ones that can do the fighting. Yep, looks good. We got a couple of young females here who will just keep in the barn. Yeah, let's put them in the barn. All right, Cage, come on out, and I want you to kind of keep to the corner over here. So, all right, let's get everybody assembled. Okay, here they come. Let's get them. Oh boy, oh boy. I think I'm going to actually have Cage step out here, release his animals. Yep, get out there, Cage. Boom. That way, hopefully they'll target these guys instead of our people. We'll see if that's the first targets they see. And of course, don't forget, we've got Bear down here now. He is our master sniper. So I'm going to try and get him to focus fire on the person with the grimoire. Where is she? Is she hanging back? Oh, there's a few of them still in the back. Tell me, yep, she's bringing up the rear. Melee attacking the wall. That's interesting. Once she finds an actual target, though, I'm pretty sure she'll probably go for that. Oop, a few of them are hitting the traps there. Nice. Cage, I want you to just let your rocks out, bro. Okay, yep, get them. Oh, look at this. We got a massive battle over here. 2 rocks fighting like 4 melee people. What? Okay, hold on. Let's get everybody to focus fire. No, she's just out of range here with her hate. What is she doing? She's literally casting something right now on the rocks. Well, again, at least it's against the animals and not our people. Dang it. Oh, look, his abilities are on cooldown and stuff. That's great. He's using them. He's using them. All right, well, no worries. Let's just focus on who we can hit. Oh, there goes the hate. Damn it. I really want to chase that person down and make sure we get this weapon, but I don't know. That might be way too risky. Darn right suicidal, you know. Oh, the rocks are going down, but they are holding their own pretty well. Have they got 2 grimoires? No, she just moved. She just changed positions. Still out of range, but Cage, fall back now. There they go. All right, check this guy out. He's still down here. Looks like he drew the ire of our rocks, though. Haha, get him. Get him, big guy. Oh, boy. Downed. Okay, the rocks isn't dead. Cage took a hit. Oh, boy. Fall back, buddy. Just stay behind the walls. You're safe. You're safe and sound. They are retreating. They are retreating. All right, let's pull the animals back, bro. I need you to fall back so the rocks don't get killed. Although, you know what? On second thought, go ahead and chase down this one right here. No, like I said, it's too dangerous. But the real prize are these 2 prisoners we've got here. One of them's male and 53, boo. And the other is a 20-year-old female, so that's pretty good. Let's see, 5 hours. Okay, what's her bio real quick? Psychically deaf, very neurotic, magically gifted? What? We must capture her, nurse her back to health, and then force her to join our faction. She's a pretty good pawn, too. We actually don't have an artist. Amazing pawn. I'm already in love with her. I mean, hopefully one of the boys falls in love with her. But let's get cleaned up and, like I said, capture our 2 prisoners. And we need an update on our prisoners now. They've just both been tended. Looks like Mule is unwaveringly loyal, but of course, he's the one we weren't all that interested in, although he's a good cook for sure, but we've already got a really good cook. He's also not a bad pawn at all, but there's no option. So also his faction is permanently hostile to us, so releasing him's not going to do much good. We might actually send him out on the map with a caravan and do some trading. Trade him away and pick up some other goods from a settlement nearby. We'll have to plan that out in a future episode. But Trosma, we'll have to change her name. She is Condor. I'll call her Condor for now. She is definitely going to be joining us, hopefully, if everything goes well. And of course, I've got her set for Convert then Recruit, which is a very nice little quality of life mod I've got included in this mod pack. And it basically just gives you this one little option here with prisoners, so you don't have to go to the convert button and then remember once she gets converted to recruit her. You just hit it once and both actions are performed back to back. But anyway, let's not get too attached to her. And of course, I'm talking to myself here mainly, but man, oh man, if we get a magically gifted pawn along with Kaz too, who of course, in case you're just tuning in for the first time, he is physically adept, this little young impid that we adopted. So the colony is looking pretty good in terms of the might and magic. But, like I said, let's not get attached just yet. We've got a long, hard process of converting and then recruiting her. And I think it is time for another ritual here. We're going to use our little Christmas tree that we got from the visitors who dropped these off. We've still got the sacrificial flag as well, but we only had a 76% chance, I think, when I set this one up, so it's not a guaranteed positive outcome. But I'm going to try for hopefully what will be the final conversion spell after this is over here with little Kaz. And that'll definitely improve his mood a bit. He won't have these negative tones of dislike xenotypes and things of that nature. Hey, we did get ourselves an unforgettable one. Wow, so we got 2 points for that. Nice. And a wanderer has joined us. All right, we'll take a look at that in a second. But like I said, we've got more important things real quick. Today is the day for people joining us, hopefully, down the road at least. And Indo, let's go ahead and hit your adopted child, Kaz. Come on, let's see it. Full conversion. Oh, so close. Look, he's down to like less than 2%, I think. Oh, he's less than 1% certainty there. Well, no worries, no worries. Okay, let's go check out this wanderer. I can already see that they're a body purist, which normally would be a hard no for me, but that's mainly because I play, scenarios where it's a high tech and we're doing a lot of body upgrades, but I can overlook that in this case. Let's check a little bit further into the details of their health. Okay, female, 34, that's good. Moving is a little bit... Oh, she's got a scar on her leg. She doesn't have any addictions or anything. What's her bio look like? Body purist, psychopath. Psychopath is good, too. We can actually deal with this. It's not a bad trait. But let's see, she is, of course... Oh, she is our ideology, so that would be very helpful. Animals, artistic, too. And another fighter. Also another mouth to feed. She doesn't have any passions in mining, but she could be developed. She could be developed to mine too. Boy, oh boy, I think we're going to go with this. Yeah. All right, Kibby. Kibby, I also like your name, so you're with me. Oh, let's check one last thing here. Under her stats, let's scroll down to fertility, 54%. It's not great. She's middle-aged, but that's okay. It's not necessarily that bad. All right. We're going to accept her. Let's go. Got ourselves a brand new member. There she is. Oh, and she's bald too. Come on, Kibby. Where you at? That's all right. Once she puts the hat on, you'll never know the difference. Oh boy, take a look at this. Our little man Kaz has finally hit his teenage years. He is now 13. He's grown out of his kids' clothes, and he is actually helping to haul those kids' clothes back to base. So that's pretty amazing. He looks intimidating, doesn't he, with those horns and the tattoos and stuff? As I speculated on when we first encountered this young man, I think he's going to grow up to be a pretty decent fighter once we finally get down to choosing whatever, skill he's going to have in the martial abilities. But with his fire spewing ability as well, being an impid, yeah, that's going to be a pretty nasty combo, I think. But, well, since he's graduated to adulthood, I get to fill out some more of his cooking and work skills. I'm going to have to put him on the cooking table, let him work on something very basic so he doesn't get anybody sick, with food poisoning. But most importantly, he's got a growth event. So I've been a little bit nervous. I'm putting this one off here, but I'm hoping that the time he spent with us here in the colony, albeit a relatively short time, has benefited him in his learning. So let's click this and see what we got. Oh, we've got 2 skills to increase a passion for and a trait here. Well, we could go with no trait. Delicate, psychopath, or teetotaler. I think we're definitely going to go with psychopath. We're going to have a few of these floating around the colony, apparently. But, yeah, that's probably the least problematic. Delicate, no, obviously, if he's going to be a fighter, we don't want that. Teetotaler means he just doesn't use drugs, which isn't the end of the world, but, it's helpful to be able to use some Psych IT occasionally. So, well, let's move on here. Definitely a skill in shooting, right? I think I might give him a skill in medical, too. Definitely not animals, because he's got a genetic disposition against animals, I should say. Yeah, we'll stick with that too for shooting medical. Well, it's not perfect. It could be a little better. We could have a third passion that we could assign and maybe a few extra better traits, but nonetheless, I'm satisfied. Overall, he looks like a pretty decent fellow now. And of course, he's very welcome here in the colony. But yep, looks like Kibby is coming along nicely. She's asleep here in the hospital just because she's got no other beds, but we're still moving along with expanding out of the mountains. You see, Cage has his own room now, albeit unfinished, but he does have a bed to sleep in, so we're making way, guys. Things have progressed quite nicely, especially in terms of our people. If we can get Condor here to join us as well, it's going to be really, really phenomenal for the future. But anyway, guys, I think that's probably a good place to leave off today's episode. I really hope you've enjoyed the series so far. I'm enjoying bringing it to you, so hit that like button for me down below. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you aren't. I hope you'll consider it today. And of course, I will see you guys on the next episode.